Hello again, everyone. Today's video is going to be a bar graph, and it's actually going to be an integrated lesson that's going to have science, health, math, and English aspects to it. Now, if you've seen my previous videos before, you know how I've done this. But if you're new to my channel and you're like, well, how is that possible? Let's go ahead and take a closer look at that now. So let's go ahead and give a little bit of background before we look at the graph. So I've got this little short reading here that says, Maris and Joy wanted to find out what would happen to their breathing after climbing the stairs of Jay's apartment on level 3. They first measured breathing rates per minute on the ground floor. Then they climbed the stairs. They climbed 20 stairs at each level. They recorded the results at each level on the following table. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at that now. So here we got this number graph here that's titled Number of Breaths per Minute on Stairs. And as you can see here, I've got Joy and Maris and the number of breaths they took per minute for each level of the stairs. Now, as you can see, I've got all this emptiness here in the graph behind me. We're going to fill all this in here, okay? Because we want all the details to match what we're doing here at the top. Okay, so for the top one here, I'm going to give it a title called Stair Exercise and Breathing. And then on the side behind me here, I'm going to give that the title of Number of Breaths per Minute. As you can see, there's the numbers there that are talking about the breaths per minute. Then down on the bottom there, I've got this long line, which I'm going to give it the title of stair level. So that means all the other lines above will each identify the stair level. So I'll have ground, level 1, level 2, and level 3. Now you can name it first, second, third level if you like. It's up to you. Okay? So then down here on the key, I've got Joy and Maris. So I'm going to give Joy a color of blue and Maris a color of green, just so it's easier to identify them, okay? So on the ground level here, I'm going to look at the number of breaths that Joy and Maris took. And so this one's Joy, and this one's Maris, and the number is going to be 18 and 20, representing information at the top. For level 1, I'll do the same thing. I'll do Joy, then Maris, and then put the numbers. Level 2, same thing. I'll put Joy and Maris, and then the numbers. And then for level 3, same thing here. So I'll put Joy and Maris, and then the numbers here. So I filled in all the information that gives us how many breaths that each person took on each level of stairs. Got a couple of short questions here regarding the information we just filled in. So for the first question, which level had the same number of breaths? So looking at the graph here, where did they have the same number of breaths? Well, as you can see, level 2 had the same number. And for number 2, except for level 3, how many steps was Joy usually behind Maris? So if you're looking at the pattern of all the numbers besides the third one, you can see that she was always 2 steps behind. So this is the bonus activity, and we're going to be doing a vegetables bar graph. Since I said we're talking about health, we talked about stairs and exercising, so I thought vegetables would be a good one to kind of stay with the health topic that I talked about here. So let's go ahead and read a little bit about this background. It says, Lisa has 2 different months that she grew vegetables in her garden. She wants to make a bar graph so it's easier to read. This is the information Lisa has for the months of July and August, showing how many vegetables she grew. So you can see here, I got this information here about the vegetables grown for July and August here. And just like what we did with Joy and Maris, we're going to make a bar graph for this, and with this information. Let's go ahead and take a look at how we're going to do that now. So I'm going to give you the exact same graph that I gave for earlier in the video, and you're just going to fill it in just like you did on the other graph, okay? Give it a title, tell me what are the keys, what are they going to represent, everything like that, okay? And just fill in the graph best you can. Now at the bottom here, you see there's no lines. I left those 4 lines out because you're going to need more than that. So you have to decide how to do the spacing, okay? So that's why I left it blank. Do not leave that part out that I keep circling, okay? Put names and titles there, all right? So the second part of the bonus activity, I want you to answer each of the questions below in a complete sentence. That's a capital at the beginning and a period at the end. You saw me do a couple of those earlier in the video. Same thing, and that long too, okay? So number 1 says, which 2 vegetables had the same number in July and August? Okay. Number 2 says, except for zucchini, how much more did each vegetable grow from July to August? And the third one is, which vegetable grew more in July than in August? Okay, so those are the questions. You can go back and look at the information here. Now, if you're gonna try and get a link to this, again, as always, the answer key and bonus activity will be in the description down below. I'll actually leave a printable version of this, and I'll leave a PPT version of this. So if you want to look at either one, you have a choice there. Okay, so I will leave this in a link in the description down below. So that'll do it for today's video. And I hope you found it informative and thought how interesting it is to be able to integrate a lot of different things into one. I hadn't done that in a while, so I wanted to just do one of those again, because that's really what I enjoy doing, is trying to combine multiple subjects into one lesson. So that's what I did here today. And that's it. So thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video.